Hey guys, it's Haley and welcome to another bookish video. So today I'm going to get into my November TBR. I know we're already a week into November, but as you can probably hear in my voice, I've been pretty sick. So I haven't gotten around to filming this TBR until now. Regardless, I am still very excited to share with you my TBR for this month. I have a lot of fun reading plans, fall reading plans, out of my comfort zone reading plans. But of course, I also have some new release thrillers because this would not be a Haley TBR without that. But before we get into the books, I just want to say a quick thank you to our sponsor of this TBR, which is Dossier. Y'all know I love Dossier, and I have 3 of their perfumes to show you today. Dossier, they are just the masters over there at perfect scents. And not just any scents, but scents that smell exactly like luxury fragrances that you've been wanting, just for a whole lot better of a price. These are so affordable, as their tagline says, they're iconic scents, designer quality, no markups. And this one here that I have on the Dossier website is called Ambery Sage. It smells exactly like Tom Ford's fucking Fabulous though. And let's just give it a smell. And yes, it does. And this is one of their gender neutral ones. I love, love, love those scents. They're a little bit more musky and ambery. I love it. Here we also have Woody Sage. Okay, so this is a really, really, really popular one. This is actually, I think, my 3rd bottle of Woody Sage because it smells exactly like Jo Malone. Wood Sage and Sea Salt Cologne. And if you know anything about Jo Malone, you know they are crazy expensive, and this little bottle is only $29. All of Dossier's perfumes are between $29 and $49, and for a scent that smells exactly like the luxury fragrance that you've been eyeing at Sephora, you really cannot beat that. The last one that I have here to show you guys is Floral Violet. And this one smells like Marc Jacobs Daisy. So I actually got this one to give to my friend. Daisy is her favorite perfume, her signature scent, but when she runs out, she's like a little stressed about going to Sephora to spend that amount on another refill. So I got her this one, and yep, checks out. Literally smells exactly like Daisy. And these perfumes have the same staying power. They don't break out my skin at all. And I get so many compliments on them. I can never run out of good things to say about Dossier. So as always, my link and code will be right down below for you guys. Go ahead and check them out. I know a lot of you have and you've loved them, so that makes me happy. Go check them out again. I'm sure they have holiday sales going on in the next couple months. Thank you again to Dossier for sponsoring this video, and now let's go ahead and get into the TBR. So y'all probably noticed my voice is still like raspy from being sick. I don't know, something about it. I'm like, this is my new personality. Raspy Haley, like she's cool. She has like cool shelves behind her. Like she's just raspy. Like maybe she was out a little too late last night and she was smoking cigarettes with like Eddie Munson around the corner of the bar where he did his gig. I'm crazy. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into the TBR. Okay. The first book that I will definitely be reading this month is Temper by Lane Fargo, because this is actually my book club pick. I have a book club over on Patreon. It's called the Pretty Girl Book Club. Feel free to join. The link is always down below. And this is the book that my patrons voted on to read this month. This is about an actress in a theater production, I believe. Yeah. She is a Chicago theater girl. She's in the Chicago theater scene. And she's a really good actress, but she has a temper. And when she starts working with a guy who has this like really extreme directing style and apparently takes that extremity off stage as well, she finds it hard to control her temper. And this is a good for her thriller, so I know that we will all love it and have a little feminist thriller moment in the discussion. The next stack of books I have here are for a vlog. actually a vlog that I'm currently filming right now, and that is reading 4 books that are completely out of my comfort zone. So one of my real life IRL besties, her name is Bailey. I know, Haley and Bailey, very cute. We get that a lot. We both are voracious readers, but we have very, very different tastes. So we actually went to Barnes & Noble together, and I bought her 4 of my top favorite books, and she bought me 4 of her top favorite books. And we exchanged, and I'm going to read them in a vlog for y'all. She is mostly a YA and fantasy and romance reader. Obviously, I'm mostly a horror and thriller reader, so it's gonna be really fun to see us like switching off and trying different styles. I've actually already read one of the books that I'm gonna tell you about for this vlog, and y'all, I loved it. I was so surprised. So if you're usually a thriller reader, maybe you'll like these. I don't know, you're gonna have to watch the vlog. But the ones that I'm gonna be reading for that video are the next 4 that I'm gonna talk about. The first one is Cinder by Marissa Meyer. And this is a Cinderella retelling. It's YA. I love the cover, I must say. It says it follows a story in the future, and humans and androids crowd the raucous streets of Beijing. A deadly plague ravages the population. From space, a ruthless lunar people watch, waiting to make their move. No one knows that Earth's fate hinges on one girl, 16-year-old Cinder, a gifted mechanic, and she is a cyborg. She's a second-class citizen with a mysterious past. Okay, so this is like Cinderella retelling meets sci-fi meets Hunger Games. Like, the main character description is already just giving like Katniss to me. So I don't know if the YA-ness of it all doesn't affect me. I think I could really enjoy sci-fi. I have enjoyed a lot of sci-fi in the past, so we'll see about that. For that video, I'm also reading The Wrath and the Dawn by Renee Ahdieh. Ooh, Renee Ahdieh. That is a pretty name. And this is another retelling. Bailey loves retellings of like 1,001 Nights or something, 10,000 Nights. I don't know. But she said it's like very revenge romance heavy. So I like that. I'm hoping that I'm gonna like this. This guy who's a prince is allegedly like a monster, and he takes a new wife every night who's supposed to like try to survive and like prove herself as a good wife for him, but always she ends up dying. Like, he just eats her because he's a monster in the night. And the next day, all the village people are like, oh no, another one bites the dust. But this story is about a girl who makes it past one night and like keeps surviving and is like his wife who's meant to be, because she mesmerizes him with her storytelling. So I'm interested. I like that this is more romance heavy, less fantasy sounding. But if there's ever a time to read fantasy, it's definitely November. I feel like November, fall, winter time is the perfect time to read fantasy. So if I'm ever gonna do it, it's this time of year. The next book that I'm reading for this vlog is The Ex-Hex by Erin Sterling, which, if you didn't know, this is the pen name for Rachel Hawkins. She writes thrillers as well. I've never read any of her romances, but I'm excited to try this one out. This is like a second chance romance with a little bit of fantasy elements, because it's set in a Halloween town kind of vibe, where there's like normal people in the city, but there's also like a layer of witches, like secret witches also live among the people in the city. And one of these secret witches cursed her ex-boyfriend when they broke up, and now he's back in town years later and they're rekindling a romance, but she's like, shit, I'm like pretty sure I cursed you, but like I kind of want to date you again, so how are we gonna deal with that? Quirky Halloweeny romance. I'm excited to continue the Halloween vibes into November. And the last book I'll be reading for that vlog is Stalking Jack the Ripper by Carrie Maniscalco. This is another YA, but this one is more of like a historical mystery, like Agatha Christie if she was a 16-year-old spicy little 1800s girl. It's about a girl who is not typical for the 1800s. She doesn't want to just like sit at high tea and wear pretty dresses and corsets. She actually wants to be a forensic investigator. So she is taken under the wing of her uncle who like examines the dead bodies for the town. I'm forgetting the name of that fucking profession. Coroner? I feel like it starts with an M. Mortician? No, coroner. She wants to be a coroner, which is frowned upon in the 1800s for a young lady. So she's fighting that, and she's also looking at the dead victims of Jack the Ripper. And so she's trying to figure out who Jack the Ripper is. She's talking to him, looking at his victims, and she's gonna find out who the fuck he is. All of those, except for maybe the X-Tex, are really out of my comfort zone. So I think it's gonna be such a fun ride for y'all to see what I think about them. Moving on to the next vlog that I'll be filming in November. That is gonna be our everyone's favorite new release thriller vlog for the month. So I have 4 new release thrillers that I'm going to be reading in that vlog. The first one is Runtime by Catherine Ryan Howard. And this one I've heard pretty good things about. Why is this book so heavy though? Like, I already know I'm going to have a difficult time reading this because it is literally so heavy. I said in another video that I mentioned this book in, it's literally heavier than Night Film. And if you have the hardcover version of Night Film, like, just go ahead and pick it up. That's like a 10-pound book. Why is this 10 pounds? But this is about a girl who is an actress, and she's hired to work on this movie that is a horror movie. She gets to set, and she finds out that she's the only woman in the whole movie and on the whole crew. And it's just giving like scary, scary creep vibes. Like, I don't know of any woman that would be comfortable in that situation. It's kind of giving Every Value Break, but on the set of a horror movie. I can't wait. The next one I have for that video is one that's very highly anticipated, very highly requested. Every freaking one and their mother wants me to read this book, so I'm gonna do it for y'all. And that is Hidden Pictures by Jason Recolak. Let's peel this Target sticker off. By Jason Recolak. And this has like creepy kid vibes. And y'all know I love a creepy kid thriller. This is about a nanny who takes a job watching these kids, or this child. And she loves her job in their fancy ass house where she's watching this kid. She bonds with a sweet little boy. But this little boy's artwork starts becoming a little alarming. And she believes that in the woods around the house, maybe there's something sinister, and that the little boy Teddy is picking up on it, and she has to face the evil forces and this creepy little child. It kind of sounds like Turn of the Key by Ruth Ware, and I love that book. So maybe that's why y'all are recommending this one to me, because that was a 5-star. Maybe this one will be as well. I'm also gonna throw in a YA thriller / horror into this video because I really just want to read it. And I've heard a lot of buzz about it. A lot of people giving this one 5 stars. Tiffany D. Jackson is one of my favorite YA authors. So I'm going to be reading The Weight of Blood. And this is a modernized Carrie retelling. I am so excited for it, especially hearing what everyone has to say. Let me just read you the back because it sounds so good. It says, it was a tradition that the outgoing seniors of Springville High converged into a caravan downtown on the way to their respective dances. The townspeople would line the Main Street parade route in lawn chairs to catch glimpses of the partygoers in their fine gowns and tuxedos. But no one knew it would be the last time most of them would be seen alive. So this girl here on the cover is sick of being bullied at her school, and she's about to rain hellfire down upon the people of this little town. And it's like modern Carrie vibes, but of course we have a Black main character. So there's gonna be some commentary about racism in here, as Tiffany D. Jackson has done really well historically in the past with the other books that I've read from her. So I'm very excited to read it. I'm highly anticipating this one being a 5-star. And the last new release I'll be reading in that video is Wrong Place, Wrong Time by Jillian McAllister. And this one is probably the one I am most excited for out of the 4. I kind of put them in order of least to most excited for, because this plot, like just the way that it's described, sounds exactly like something that I would love. So this is a thriller about a mother who witnesses her son commit this murder, okay, this horrible act, and she somehow has to get him out of it. It's like a how far will you go for your family type of thing. and she uses an unconventional way to try to save him. Alice Feeney blurbed it and called it clever, original, and so addictive it should come with a warning. And it's called Wrong Place, Wrong Time because she's there at the wrong place, wrong time to witness this crime. But also, I think this book plays with time. And if you know something about me, you know I love a psychological thriller. You know that I love some family drama. And you know that I love time travel. So I feel that this could be a perfect book for me. Fingers crossed. And lastly, I just have a few randoms that aren't for videos that I just want to read this month. The first one being Someone Had to Do It by Amber and Danielle Brown. Thank you so much, Amber and Danielle, for sending me your book. I'm so excited to read it because it sounds juicy, okay? This one is bringing the drama. It's about a girl who's interning at a fashion house, and while she's there, she's like exposed to all of these celebrity people, important people in the fashion and beauty space. And she meets this influencer. She overhears a dangerous secret, is what the back says. And her fate becomes dangerously entwined with this powerful lady. It's giving rich people drama. It's giving rags to riches. It's like when the little weasel, the poor little weasel, scratches her way up to the top and takes down an influencer. Like, I'm living. I'm so ready for it. And this has also been described as like a good for her moment as well. So lots of those vibes this month. Oh my God, I just dropped the freaking book and ruined my setup. Okay, let's fix that. I also feel like November is just a very cozy month. Like every day of November so far, at least where I live, the sky has been gray. It's been cloudy. It's been cool, at least cool enough for me to wear a sweater, which I love. So I want to get into some cozy mysteries. The first one I have here is The Thursday Murder Club by Richard Osman. And this is about a group of old people in a retirement village who are unlikely friends. They meet in the jigsaw room every Thursday to discuss unsolved crimes. They're basically like armchair detectives because they're old people and they have nothing else to do. So when a local developer is found dead with a mysterious photograph left next to the body, these friends suddenly find themselves in the middle of their first live case. They may be senior citizens, but they're cleverer than most, and as the bodies begin to pile up, can an unorthodox but brilliant gang catch the killer before it's too late? Like, this just sounds cozy and funny and fun. And of course, there's going to be that mystery element that I love. I also have the sequel, The Man Who Died Twice. So if I enjoy this one, I can just hop right into this. Like, this is giving me a Thanksgiving read. I think I'm going to bring these two when I go visit my family for Thanksgiving because it'll be just so cozy. And then I also have Grave Reservations by Sherry Priest. And I also have the sequel to this one that I was approved for on NetGalley. So if I finish this one, I can also go on to the next. Why is she a series girl this month? What's gotten into me? But yeah, this is another cozy mystery. It's about a woman who is like a travel agent, but she moonlights as a psychic. So she has these psychic abilities. And when she changes this detective's flight, and the flight that he was supposed to originally be on blows up. Terrifying. He's like, okay, psychic queen, maybe you're legit and you can help me with this cold case, because he's a little detective, she's a little psychic. I'm guessing they're gonna have a little like cozy mystery style romance and solve little cases with her little psychic powers. Like, just sounds so cute, so cozy, and that's the vibe I need. I cannot have anything too intense this month. I did a lot of extreme horror last month for October, and I need cozy, sweet vibes from now on. So that is it. That is my entire November TBR. I hope you enjoyed hearing about it. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you again to Dossier for sponsoring this video. Don't forget to check them out down below. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And don't forget to go to therapy and read a book this week. I will see you at my next one, guys. Bye!